A quick peek into the locker room as the players get set for the game ahead, looking to make a big splash here tonight. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, and with me tonight, Grant Hill and Tim Legler. And down on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. And here's what the Milwaukee Bucks schedule looks like. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with Evan Mobley and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks.
And you know, for that matchup with the Kings, that's going to be their 6th contest on the year. Fans will be curious to see how this team continues to form as the season goes on.
And the Milwaukee starting 5. Manning the backcourt, it's Porter and Trent Jr. Inside, they have Giannis and Turner, and it's Green in at the 3 slot. And for Toronto, Barnes is the 4 with Pirtle in the middle. Dick is out there with Emmanuel Quickly, and it's Ingram in at the 3. What a great front court matchup we have tonight, Legs. Do those battles look a little different from when you play?
Well, certainly there's less wrestling going on down on the block. More of these post players now want to step out and face up. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm a fan of either style.
A lot of space on the floor, that's for sure.
There's no doubt much more difficult to defend these post players with all this versatility.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. It's good.
And Giannis has a ridiculous combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
Quickly passes to Dick. Ingram against Green. Outside Barnes for 3. Good D by Antetokounmpo. Inside. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Throw it up to the rim and let Giannis hammer it home. Never a bad idea.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Darko Rajakovic. Coach reminded his guys that Giannis is one of the most dangerous players out there. He told his forwards that anytime he takes 2 steps, they'll need to impose their will to limit momentum. He said, quote, "If we're intimidated, we've already lost. Step up and deny his path." Guys, back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And here's Milwaukee now. The Raptors making their last shot. And here's Turner from the arc. It's rebounded by Dick. The Raptors have gone 1 for 3 so far. Right side Ingram. The 3 from Quickly. The offensive rebound. Barnes passes to Quickly. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes. Quickly's got 5 now.
Yeah, really good shooter from that range, quickly helping to stretch out the defense.
Tim, with his agility and that 7'3" wingspan, Scotty Barnes can guard virtually anyone.
Well, because he's got the combination, Brian, of lateral quickness and physicality. He is great at the point of attack and fighting through screens. Just a top shelf defender.
Barnes, no good. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Antetokounmpo, bam!
Oh, man, the balance of muscle Giannis possesses is tremendous. Phenomenal at scoring on physical defenses.
Now here's Barnes. 15 in his last outing. The shot by Pirtle, no good.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Barnes with it, guarded by Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Pirtle.
And no hesitation that time by Pirtle. Never shy about scoring.
Dick, the pass to Pirtle. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. They pinned that one on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Good on the second one. You know, Tim, both of Jakob Pirtle's parents played volleyball for the Austrian national team.
Yeah, he comes from an athletic family, and he certainly has a lot of agility for his size. And I think, B.A., in today's game, you need your big men to be able to move their feet.
Oh, and the jam by Giannis!
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
Now here's Ingram, coming in off a 14-point game last time out. It's Barnes on the wing. Antetokounmpo covering. 4 on the clock. Barnes, no good. Milwaukee in the lead. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Trent. Toronto grabs the miss. 1:07 left to play in the first quarter. Dick against Trent. Right side Dick. Up top Barnes. Antetokounmpo covering. Barnes no good.
This is not what they need from him this quarter. He is way off.
Colonel grabs a miss. Toronto has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Dick against Green. Here's Ingram. And a slam dunk by Ingram.
An effortless flush that time by Ingram. It's so easy for him to get to the rim.
And so Porter will bring it up for the Bucks. This game against Toronto is the first time they've met this year.
Last year, as expected, they had very little trouble against these guys.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 10 points for him. Good on the shot.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
Here's Ingram. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
That's just a great play on his part with the clock winding down.
It's all tied in Toronto. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from what we've seen from the Raptors, what's your take so far?
Well, a big differentiator was their ability to generate offense by pounding the glass.
Yeah, when you get a second chance opportunity here or there, it starts to add up.
On the court right now for the Bucks. Inside, they have Giannis and Turner. Manning the backcourt, it's Porter and Trent Jr. And it's Green in at the 3 spot. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's 2 fouls in as many quarters. He may have to adjust his approach now.
Here's Barrett. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. Barrett's gotten his first basket of the night.
R.J. Barrett, always making his presence felt.
Antetokounmpo, left side. Pass to Trent. There's a screen by Turner. Just 5 on the clock. From downtown. That shot missing. The Raptors with a lead. And you heard that the Raptors were looking to be aggressive this summer, Tim. Why now?
Well, they're trying to replicate what they accomplished when they acquired Kawhi Leonard, which led to a title in 2019. So this is a front office not afraid to shake things up.
And even with the miss, that's a high percentage shot for him.
And stolen by Barrett. Here's Shed. Drives to the hoop. Barrett with it. Now Porter defending. Shot is good by Barrett. Barrett's got 4 points in the quarter. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Well, the effort they've shown on defense has been infectious. Everyone on this team continuing to jump at opportunities to come away with steals.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
Some changes for Toronto. Barnes, he's checked in for Mobo. Brandon Ingram comes in for Walter. And it's Dick in for Shed. Our 2K leaderboard, focusing on last year's 3-point shooting leaders. You look at Prince. Boy, he's a sniper. 3rd best 3-point shooter in the league.
He shot with nearly unmatched confidence from the arc last year. And the numbers and his position on this list clearly reflect that.
They get it back. Here's Dick. No good on the triple. The Bucks trail. Kuzma finds Anthony. Six on the shot clock. On the take. And Anthony slams it in.
Wow. Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Okay, I see ya. That's your point guard getting up.
Now here's Anthony. Coffey, the pass to Prince. Portis with a screen on Barrett. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Looking at who's out there now for Toronto. Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for Mamukelashvili. And quickly subbed in for Barrett. All right, let's get a report from Ali.
Well, Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Back to you guys.
Yeah, got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie. Ingram, and he banks in the layup. Now it's a 4-point Toronto lead.
It's hard trying to match up with Ingram, especially when he's looking to score inside.
Think about the Raptors last season trading for Brandon Ingram, signing him to a 3-year, $120 million extension, Tim.
And B.A., I think that tells you all you need to know. That's a sign they're retooling rather than rebuilding. Not long after trading away Siakam and Anunoby and letting Van Vliet walk, they are back in buyer's mode.
Trying to get back to their championship form of 2019.
Top-tier organization trying to stay competitive.
Just nice recognition by Kuzma to find a soft spot in the defense on his way to the hoop.
Knocks it down from distance. Ingram's got 11.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
And they got to refocus. Too many careless turnovers will kill your momentum.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And going back to high school in North Carolina, 4 state championships for Brandon Ingram, Tim.
Yeah, Brian, he made a name for himself early as the number 2 pick in 2016. He was an all-star and then most improved in 2020. The question is, can he get back to winning at the highest level?
And it's a completely new group for the Bucks. Now here's Antetokounmpo. 14 points for him.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Barnes with it. Antetokounmpo covering. Here's Dick. That's in. Coming off an assist from Barnes. And it's a 7-point Raptor lead.
And Barnes loves getting other guys involved in creating great looks.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. The drive by Porter. Fires for 3. The putback. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Milwaukee needs to get a shot off here. And the basket by Trent.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
And here's Ingram outside. Not going to go that time. The shot won't fall. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Toronto out in front, up by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Welcome, everybody. Right off the bat, let's see which games are still to come tonight. It'll be the Hawks against the Magic in Orlando. 7 p.m. Eastern is the tip-off.
Either team could come away with the W and win this one.
And guys, how about the Raptors? Involved in a very competitive matchup right now.
Well, you can't speed them up. They take care of that basketball and maximize the value of possessions.
Then why aren't they up by 20?
They're not dominating. They're just efficient.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. It's been a clinic out there by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He's been dominating down low. Gotta assume they'll keep feeding him the rock.
When he gets the ball this deep and establishes position, now it's a matter of getting to his go-to moves that he loves.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Ingram the 3 with Barnes the 4. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Dick. And it's Pirtle in at the center position, locking down the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And it sure seems like post play has evolved quite a bit over the past decade or two.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, there aren't many big men who operate only on the low block anymore. But if they do, they're considered throwbacks.
Now here's Ingram. 11 points in the game, and he comes up with a bucket.
Yeah, Pirtle has a beautiful touch around that rim.
Bucks trail by 3. Antetokounmpo, right side, pass to Porter. Here's Green. Turner passes to Green. Trent for 3. Quickly with a rebound. And here's Quickly. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at Dallas. They'll match up against the Mavericks. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Here's Ingram. Oh, Green with a block. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And nothing is more terrifying than Giannis on the attack. So powerful when he takes flight.
Outside Ingram. Over Antetokounmpo. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Antetokounmpo. For the lead. Oh, he's a menace in the paint. Antetokounmpo.
That make brings them to 3 for 4, and the game plan seems to be working here early.
Ingram with the ball. Green picks him up. Quickly outside. Toronto passing it around. Back to Barnes. Clock at 6. And again, Toronto no good.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making them.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Now here's Dick. There's the 3. And Barnes with a basket. The assist by Dick. Barnes has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Turner for 3. Rebounded by Ingram. The Raptors have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. You know, as we watch Grady Dick, what stands out about his game, Tim?
Well, Brian, it's the way he moves off the ball. He will keep defenses occupied, cutting and coming off screens, and he has the size to get his shot.
Whoa! Giannis with a showstopper!
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Some changes for Toronto. Mamukelashvili comes in for Pirtle, and it's R.J. Barrett in for Ingram.
When you watch Quickly, it's really easy to see how much his passing has improved since he first entered the league.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. R.J. Barrett, the son of a pro hoops player. He said, quote, as a youngster, my dad programmed me to be aggressive. He always told me, go to the rim, live in the paint. When you do that, you not only score, but you force the whole defense to collapse, and you can make easy plays to hit shooters. Back to you, Ryan.
Playing with purpose. Allie, appreciate the report. Dick against Anthony. Pass to Coffey. 3-pointer. Gets the 3 ball to go. Coffey's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
Barrett passes to Barnes. Back to Barrett. The 3. Prince grabs the miss.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards. fighting hard for every miss.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Now here's Barrett. Defense right on him. Pass to Barnes. Launches a three. Barnes drills the triple. Ooh, poked away. Stolen by quickly. Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was the choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, he made it look simple, but that's not always easy to execute.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the court right now for the Bucks, we got Amir Coffey, Bobby Portis out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Taurean Prince, and it's Anthony in at the point guard position.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising, in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
When every possession matters, your defense has to be better.
And a slam dunk by Ingram.
Another bucket that time by Ingram. He is going off, looking to attack every time he catches the ball.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Doc Rivers as he talked with the team. He was very passionately telling his team, don't give them an inch when they have the ball. This game is going to come down to defense. I need you guys to work hard and close this one out. Guys?
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. And the Bucks going with a whole new group out there. Screen by Antetokounmpo. The drive by Porter. And then Porter with the dunk.
You're coming right at you. KPJ playing with intensity.
And here's Ingram from the arc. Ooh, almost had a four-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for three.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot three.
Pirtle's checked in for Walter. And he's good on the second.
And you know, people around the league think that Brandon Ingram actually has an even higher ceiling than we've seen. And with a few improvements to his game, he could get even better. I hope we get to see that.
Here's Antetokounmpo. The Bucks rebound. Outside, Green. Over to the wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili.
Well, the defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. Pass to Turner. And here's Green from the arc. Toronto grabs the miss.
Well, you can't make them all, but I doubt the defense wants to give him that kind of look again.
To take the lead. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. And then Porter with the dunk.
Yeah, check out the ups on Porter. Leaping off the floor and playing over the defense.
Here's Pirtle. Right side Ingram. Turner with a rebound. And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. 2-point game. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone by. The strong finish by Giannis.
And he is just showing off right now. I mean, he's giving you leadership. Giannis just takes pride in stepping up and hitting those big shots.
And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Some changes for Toronto. Barnes, he's checked in for Mamukelashvili. Dick comes in for Barrett and quickly subbed in for Shed. Ingram.
Well, that's not an easy guy to deal with inside. Ingram is going to make the defense work for it.
And he drops it first. Good on both.
In this situation, this is exactly who you want at the line.
Milwaukee in the lead. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now.
2 minutes remaining in regulation time.
Here's Porter. Antetokounmpo, a screen on quickly. The drive by Porter. Jams it home!
Yeah, nice decision making. Porter Jr. can drive or pass off the pick.
Ingram on the wing. Green covering. Oh, Green rips down the board. Antetokounmpo. Good on the first, and that puts him up 5.
And Giannis will just about do anything the coaching staff asks. A true team player.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop. The Raptors have got 1 out of 6 shots to fall in this final quarter. Not ideal.
Well, they really needed that one right there, and Ingram came through in a big moment.
Porter outside. Antetokounmpo, a screen on quickly. Oh, a gorgeous feed. He hammered it down.
You expect this from an MVP like Giannis. He never gives up on the game. Woo! Gotta love it.
Barnes, the free ball is down.
What a monster bucket from Barnes, showing you why he can be a go-to guy.
Outside Trent. Antetokounmpo, a screen on quickly. Porter, yes sir! The finish with the jam.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
What a huge shot at this point in the game.
Rebounded by Porter.
Gotta knock down that shot. When you don't, you're letting the defense off the hook.
When Giannis starts to drive, the defense knows it's in trouble. He powers right through them.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Here's Ingram. Double team on Ingram. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Pirtle. A thunderous two-hander with authority.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
So the first one drops, and that puts him up 5. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And if you get a chance to build your lead at the free throw line, you've got to take it.
Now quickly. Outside Ingram. From deep. Rebounded by Antetokounmpo. And so they foul intentionally. Ooh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
At the line for 2.
And the second of 2 is good. And that makes it a 7-point lead. Knocks down the trifecta. So it's a narrow victory for the Bucks, pulling it out for the W. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
All right, let's send it down to Allie LaForce, who's with our player of the game.
Giannis, first, congratulations on the win. And second, you really had it going tonight. Talk about your mentality out there.
I was just trying to be in attack mode. You know, my teammate did a great job, helping me just being aggressive throughout the game. I think we did a great job, moving the ball offensively and just guarding hard.
When you're in attack mode, it's hard to beat. Congratulations. Thanks, Giannis.
All right, thanks, Allie. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For reporter Ali LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And let's leave you with our player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.